Hi gang, your favorite bad company loving Shintoist Reigetsu, back with more exciting information on the gods of Japan, the Japanese mythology, and Shintoism, which are all the origin of this wonderful island nation of Japan. Today, we look at the second couple gods of Japan with genders, the fourth god of the Kami-o-Nanayo, Tsunugui-no-Kami and Ikugui-no-Kami, the older siblings of the father and mother of Japan, Izanagi-no-Ōkami and Izanami-no-Ōkami. Continuing with our book of mythology, the Kojiki. Tsugi ni Tsunugui-no-Kami, tsugi ni imo Ikugui-no-Kami, which means that the next gods to have appeared were Tsunugui-no-Kami and his wife Ikugui-no-Kami in ancient Japanese. Please check out my previous video to find out what the word imo truly means. It's not little sister like all the misinforming YouTubers will have you believe. These two gods get very confusing with so many different theories on what their functions are, so let's start off with the name dissection. Tsunu, also pronounced Tsuno, as some people call him Tsunugui-no-Kami, means horn. Gui comes from gumu, from the word megumu, which means to sprout. When added with the word tsuno or tsunu, they become tsunogumu, which means in ancient Japanese, the horn-shaped plant that sprouts out. So, the name would mean the god that sprouts out horn-shaped plants after the mud has consolidated thanks to the two previous gods, according to some scholars. Many other Shintoists say that is not what the name means, because tsunu is actually a metaphor for nails, which were going to be used to build houses later on. Gui would literally mean stake.
Did you say steak?
No. Stake. Stake.
Steak?
Money's too tight for steak.
Steak?
Sure, steak.
Stake as in...
Take that, vile fiend!
Rods which were placed and inserted into the grounds to show and to divide and protect the sacred areas and spaces apart from where we humans operated, and or for protecting houses against evil spirits or any negativity. They are the defenders of whatever it is you wanted to protect, really. They are also used as rods as yorishiro, which are the sacred temporal material bodies for the gods to descend upon when summoning them for guidance, for example. Okadobo is a great example of this ancient practice, still carried out to this day in many areas of Japan, and surprisingly in some red light districts in some areas of Japan to protect their businesses. Not that I would know anything about that.
He really needs a girlfriend.
Moving right along. Some say this is also BS and that Tsunu really is pointing to the vertebral column and the central nervous system for all the animals that are going to be created in Japan later on, for the vertebral column and nails look similar. Remember in Koshinto that anything that looked similar to each other were associated with each other. Whatever the correct explanation is, he is very often seen as the god of generation and propagation. Now let's look at his wife, Ikugui-no-Kami. Iku comes from the word ikugumu, which means growth, development, or to be active or vital, according to some scholars. Kui here means to germinate, but could also mean stake or a rod. So her name would mean the goddess that sprouts life, like a stake coming out from the ground. So, this was the goddess which was responsible for nurturing plants and life to grow after the mud and the sand were well established and hardened on Japan, once again thanks to the two previous gods. For the Shintoists who say otherwise, the rod in the name would mean the rods that they used for the wetland agriculture for tsuchidome, earth retention for solidification. They also used these rods to mark the waterway they were going to create or for pointing out the underground waterway that they discovered. Don't get these two confused with the god of life itself, Umashi Ashikabi Hikoji-no-Kami. Please check out its video to find out more. These two gods would be the godification of the beginning of life or when it is about to be born, while some say they are really the gods of fertility and the becoming, among many other opinions. While others say they are the godification of protection. Seriously, these two gods are so confusing to say the least. This is of course the only time that they appear in the Kojiki, and they curiously never once appear in the Nihon Shoki. In scientific terms, they will be the planet Saturn. Where to go visit these two gods? Mononobe Jinja in Oda City in the Shimane Prefecture. Miyaura-gu in Kirishima City in the Kagoshima Prefecture. Oasami-no-Mikoto Jinja in Tottori City in the Tottori Prefecture. Please give them thanks for and ask help for health, agriculture, constructions, and protection of anywhere you wish protected. That's why they are the
Protectobots, transform to Defensor!
of Japan. That's it for these two gods. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, share this video, and subscribe to find out the true version of the Japanese mythology explained correctly by a Shintoist. Coming up, Otonoji-no-Kami and his wife Otonobe-no-Kami, the god and goddess of, well, jeez. I'm gonna get this kid to say it.
Boys have a penis, girls have vagina.
So please stay tuned. And to all of you, Yasaka!